Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to store a file on an Android device without any requesting permission. I will show my Android app manifest file. So here there is no permission request except the internet. So why internet? I'm going to download this image and store on an Android device. So here is a device you can see. On this device there is no images on this folder. Okay, so there are no images on this device. That even if you check here in this internal storage, there is no image stored, there is no image. Okay, so how we can store the image on this device without any permission requested? Even in this pub scale YAML file, I haven't added any dependency here, only the icon dependency. So without any dependency, without any request, how we can store the file? Let me tell you one thing, or let me explain one thing. So as per Google's Play Store new policy, there is no need to request to store the file or write the file or read the file which are publicly available from the internal storage. For example, in this Android device, you can access this download file folder or directory, picture directory, music, movies, documents, and which are publicly available directories. And you can store the image here. Download folder in the internal storage. You can even store in the pictures. So for a moment, I will show how to store the image in this download publicly available directory, which is this is applicable only, you have to remember, this is applicable only for API level 29 and above or 30 and above. So that is Android 11 and above. So for this also, this is root directory. And suppose if your app, for example your app, this app, as I this app, if you check its app information, you will see this is no permission is provided, no permission is granted. Now what I'm trying to say is, if this app creates a folder, where it will be create, it will create, or it will create Android media, sorry, Android data, and here the app will create its own folder. For now there is no folder is requested or created, so there is the file, this app folder is not created, that's why. So I'm not talking to create the folder inside this Android folder. I'm trying to show you that you can create a folder inside download documents and picture without any requesting permission of writing or reading. Okay, so I have talked a lot, so let's do it. So this is a simple app which is running with the text. Now I will replace this text widget with okay, with column. So I will use column. Now in this column the children, so children will be the first, children will be the text, okay, not text, linear progress indicator. I will tell you why I'm using linear progress indicator. So next column, next widget will be a elevated button. So in elevated button, this is a on press um, property which will takes a function, a void function, uh, simple void function which does not return any value. Okay, so child will be the text child, and in this text child, the text, it will say download. Okay, so this is the button. Now here we are getting a red because we are returning the constant widget. When you remove this constant, we get no error here. Now yes, you can refer as a null also, but you have to remove constant here. Now h, this is constant which is not changing later. Here for now I will use a const word for linear integrated, but later I will change. In the text, the download text will not change later also, it will remain constant, so it is here. Now okay, in this state class I will create a object that is a string object which holds image URL, which will be in a server image or any image, and that will be downloaded from internet. So here is I am using the image, and I'm making sure that at the end of the link there should be a extension JPG or PNG or JPEG, so which can be downloaded. So that will give a exact link. Now if I use so I will paste here, so the image link is here. Now another link another object I will create, that also a string which holds the default directory or root directory path. So that is here, and that would be download directory path. As you see, I forgot to I have to change. I will do this later. So here in column main access alignment, main access, I forgot to align this object center. So I will little change the UI. So here, and also I will add a sized box. So there should be a spacing between these two. So 20 pixels there, and I will add const y. So there is a spacing. Now linear indicator is continuously running. Let's come back to this directory. Now what would be the directory of this folder? So this directory is folder is path. So download. How can access from device explorer? If you go to this file, it will show which emulator is running. So for that API, that emulator, this is a storage. So in this storage, this is emulated. So this emulated, and next is 0, and in that 0 this is your download folder. Now you can do this a copy path and paste here, or you can write yourself slash storage slash emulated slash 0 for internal storage slash download. Now this is a default directory path, so which we are going to use. Now let's see what we got after copying. Same, storage emulated 0 download. This is the directory we got from device explorer. Okay, so this will be the default. Now to download the image from the internet, let's install a package, and that package is called Flutter sorry pub add do. Okay, now let's get Flutter. Now import that package, import package duo. Now here create an object that should be final duo and initialize that object. Yes, initialized. Now to use this object we have to pass what it does. This package used to upload, download, response a request for HTML purpose. So I'm using this package to download the image as I shown from this link. Now as you see from this, when I click this button, it will download this image. So let's create a method or function. So for this I will use a feature. I will explain why I'm using a feature, but right now let's create a function download or method which does not take any parameter and it returns a string. So to avoid an error I will use just a simply empty string, null. It's null, so it is returning a null. Okay. Okay, so why this error is showing? It's called future string a string. So to avoid that error we have to write a sync method. So that will tells yes we are returning a future, and that future for now it is a string. There is nothing, means it's a null string but null. Okay, so this will help us to write the further code. Now let's create an object which creates the combined path of that image and the directory. Okay, so image path to store what? So that should be a string because it's a string. Now directory, to access that directory, dollar slash, because inside the download directory you want to, so you must write a slash either here or here. So I will use here so I can understand there is a gap. Now I will name the image downloaded Lord Shiva, and the type JPEG or JPG as you wish, but I am using JPEG. Nothing will, it is similar. Okay, so we created the path. Now let's call a method by using due dot download. So this method takes from the Dio object or from this package, it takes the image to download URL. So image URL I will pass. Now to save the image downloaded at a specific folder inside the Android device on the device. So image path. Now also these are the required parameters which download image path and also store the image path, and there are other methods and parameters which can helpful. If you see, there is a progress callback on receive progress. So this on progress receive we will use, it is just a void function. It takes void function and does nothing now, but it helps to tell us how much file downloaded. Yes, you can give any name d as you want. You can give the name downloaded and total size to be downloaded. So here is the file. Now we will use this on receive progress to pass the value to this linear indicating progressor. So let's do it. So what do we want? If double value. Why? Because on a division we will get, on calculating we will get double, and that value will be, we will call progress. So is equal to 0.0, we will initialize, because yes, we have initialized that value. And remember, do not write it final, because final variable will not change later. Now use the set state method. We are getting set state method because stateful class is created. So in this set state method, we will set the value of a progress is equal to download divided by total size, downloaded size, total size. So this will give us a value. So this will give us a progress value. Now progress value will be in a percentage. It will be in a percentage. Okay. So this is total value. And remember, total size is in int and download size is also int. But because of division, it will be progress. Okay. So because of division, it will be a double value. Okay. We got the progress value and we can pass this progress value here. Now we will get the error. Why? It says invalid constant value, because this is dynamic value which will change every time, but we are passing a constant here. So remove that constant. It's fine. Now as I save this, the progressor will stop here. Okay. Now this will, the function we created is done. Now this is a synchronous method which will, so we have to write wait. Now after completing the function, we get some result, and that result is, after downloading to that, the result, and that result from this Dio package contains many different properties. So I will use status message, and that status message is not compatible with the string, so we will connect to the string. That's it. So this will now, the status message of that result, whether the image status is fail, okay, whatever that status port, will be written by this method, and that method we can call here as download here. But the method returns some string value, so instead of passing like this, I will call inside that void function, and this final will be string, and that string is a status port is equal to download. Now what will happen when we call this method on press, when the on press button is pressed, this function will be called, and that will return a value. That value will be as a string, as stored as string value. Now we are getting the error here. Why? It is a future string and string. So we will just create a sync method. Again, here we will consider a wait. That is also must, because it is a returning a future. Now here we can create like this, which will create a null object, but we have already await. Now once it receives the value, we will show a message scaffold messenger dot of context of show snack bar content is text and the text would be the status code. Okay, so that's it. Now the scaffold messenger of a context is showing us some highlighting error. Not error, it's a warning. Why? Because we are using a context and passing that value to async. If you remove asyncs, it will there will not be any problem. But this is firing an error. So either we can do this way or we can make it async and pass and make it await. But it is again. So to avoid that, there is also a method called amount. We have to check the devices or the app is mounted on the device. If it's not mounted, return, do nothing. If it's mounted, if it's not mounted, just return from here. Further functions will not be called. But if you this scaffold method will not be called. If it is not mounted, then if it is mounted, then it will pass over through this and it will call this scaffold messenger. Okay, so let's save and call it. Okay, wait. So the progress is here. Another text I will add text, and I will write here a progress value. The progress value will be in a okay. So this is a double, so we can access its value like this. And here constant, I will add a sized box with height 20, and we will finish this. So now the progress is 0. Let's finish this. Download. Wow, yes, it was a very large value. It's stored as okay. The scaffold shows the message. Okay, status code was okay. Now let's open this folder, and yes, the file is stored. Okay, so let's change this Lord Shiva's image to another image. Yes, I'm not going to change the image. I'm just going to change the link, and I got this image from the video package, Flutter package. They have this image, a link of that file. Now I will change to this format .mp4, so the file will be stored here. Which video it is? B video, and close. So this will yes. So the video will be stored here now. Okay, so now you will see the progress because the video size is large. Yes. Okay, it's stored. The video is stored here. Okay, thank you for today. I hope you like the video. Sorry for making you boring video.